Hi there, folks. My name's NovaWrap24, and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings-on from the week that was. So here we are on Sunday, the 29th of May, 2022, for a action-packed episode on the highway to the danger zone. Leading the charge this week, of course, the latest expansion for Microsoft Flight Simulator and the latest free expansion, I'd like to point out as well, the long-awaited release of the Top Gun Maverick DLC. So this release comes to us free to the community and releases in conjunction with the release of the movie on cinema screens around the world, and it brings to life a new livery for the FA-18E Super Hornet, which comes bundled with the sim ever since the Game of the Year edition update. Along with that, it comes in with five new challenges, low altitude challenges. Comes in with 3 training missions for getting the most out of your Super Hornet experience, along with a stratospheric flight to make the most out of the new hypersonic aircraft, the Dark Star, as well as possibly the most awaited component of this one, adding in a carrier with a carrier landing challenge. Now, overall, the DLC has received, shall we say, mixed response from the community here, and I want to address a couple of things with that one straight away. So the livery pack is the livery sort of for the Rhino is as we expected. It replicates the one from the movie. The training missions are really kind of cool. We complete with voice acting, voiceovers from an instructor pilot, as well as putting you in a Maverick's outfit, along with the low altitude challenges are very much Reno style challenges, with actually putting you across a time and altitude sort of points based system from point to point. And actually really, they are really well done, and all of those are really well executed. The Dark Star hypersonic aircraft is an interesting aircraft, to say the least. Very much a bit of a flight of fancy, but inspired by Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works work on various aircraft as well. And of course, obviously being very much inspired by the movie. The final part that I want to address, though, is carrier. Now, there is a bit of concerns about this one, and I will absolutely say that I am a little disappointed with the addition of the carrier element of this DLC. So the carrier is not a accessible carrier in free flight. So you can only access the carrier in the included landing challenge. So the landing challenge does include your ability to use the mirror landing system, and giving you that in the cockpit, as well as you actually do get the representation of you actually hooking and being arrested on the carrier deck. So that's good. And actually, I've got to admit that with the notable exception of DCS, the actual simulation of actually being arrested onto the carrier is actually pretty good. So we'll give them that. Unfortunately, though, as I said, it is only available inside that mission. So we don't have stationary carriers anywhere in the world at the moment. We don't have the option of feeling the adrenaline rush of being shot off a carrier. And obviously, because we don't even have the option of moving carriers. Now, am I disappointed in that? Absolutely. I really am. However, I would like to point out to the audience that the bar that this is compared against to is, of course, it's very unfairly compared against Super Carrier expansion for DCS. But as well as that, it's also compared against the grandfather of Microsoft Flight Simulator, Flight Sim 10, which included carrier operations inside of its acceleration expansion pack. Now, I'd like to also point out that the ability to have moving carriers in the world was restricted out of the box to missions. It was only available in missions. The ability to trap successfully and launch from a catapult, they were included in 1, maybe 2 stationary carriers around the world. But primarily, the moving carriers thing, which a lot of people seem to be complaining about, that part was actually in FSX and prepared, I'd like to point out as well, only available in pre-constructed missions. That's it. So is it disappointing for me that they are not available in the sim outside of that pre-constructed mission? Yes, I am disappointed. I'm also disappointed that currently the state of the mission SDK means that a lot of that we as third-party content creators, such as myself, don't have the ability to be able to give the community and create missions for the community to be able to deliver that. Hopefully, however, but having said that, however, it's a start and it's a move in the right direction. So we will be moving towards that, and I look forward to whatever updates and additional content gets released from Asobo, and additional tools get made available to the developer community in the near future. Either way, though, I have to admit that this add-on is a bucket ton of fun, and you really can't go wrong with the price. Again, some people are complaining, oh, well, I can't blow stuff up. Oh, well, I can't launch the Alpha Carrier. Okay, fine, no worries. That is perfectly fine if you want to do those things. There are plenty of other simulators that you can go and do those things in right now. So for me, is it perfect? No. Is it a great step in the right direction? Yes. And I'm excited to see what the future holds. And either way, I'm having a bucket ton of fun in those low altitude racing challenges. So if you want to pick this one up, this one is available as a free in-sim content purchase, available from your in-sim marketplace, available now. Continuing on with releases for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and now returning back to last week for a release that I missed actually in last week's episode. So this week the release from the team at AU Scene of the release of Reefworld, the Great Barrier Reef. So this is a scenery product that has been released to actually give you an authentic representation of the Reefworld National Park, as well as Hart Island. Includes 5 detailed pontoons, 3 of which have helipads. There is interior modelling on many of the waterborne structures. Full high-quality textures with PBR support, with a variety of animated boats and a semi-submersible craft as well. Variety of animated wildlife are also included, along with a static R44, realistic night lighting, and all the usual fun stuff that we expect to see from a great developer like AU Scene. And if you wanted to pick this one up and add this one to your simulation experience, you can pick this one up for $9 or your regional equivalent, available now from Orbix Direct. Continuing on with scenery releases now from the team at Burning Blue Design. So this week, the release of their latest airfield for Microsoft Flight Simulator with the release of Denham Aerodrome in the UK. So originally a private airfield in the 1930s, the airfield has become been known as the home of the British Parachute Club, and has been used for a GA aviation training hub, as well as now moving into the world of rotary winged aviation as being a helicopter maintenance facility. Includes a variety of other custom events that are hosted at the airport every year. Now, this particular rendition of the airport includes over 80 custom 3D objects to replicate all airport buildings as accurately as possible for the airport, including a highly detailed World War II era control tower with cafe and the nearby cafe, both with full interiors, a fully working analog weather instrument in the control room, which is kind of cool, and a custom windsock supported for this release. There are a number of dynamic objects supported with this release as well, which vary depending on the time of day that you visit the airport, which is kind of cool. A number of custom aircraft and custom liveries to represent aircraft that regularly live and attend Denham Airfield have also been included with this release. And if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $14 or your regional equivalent, available now from Burning Blue Design. Continuing on with airport releases now, this time from developer AmSim. So this week, the release of their rendition of Cagliari Elmas Airport in Italy. Well, actually, it's on the island of Sardinia, which makes a perfect timing for them to release, of course, with the recent world update of Italy and Malta. So this gives us a highly detailed rendition of the airport as it appears in, I'm going to guess, around about 2021, 2022, with all airport buildings modelled, the usual high-resolution textures, all the stuff that we used to come through here. The description's not really great, I'll be honest. But looking at the preview shots, the quality of the scenery and the quality of the integration with the underlying photo reel, it looks really, really good. And all airport buildings do appear to be modelled, as well as functional jetways are included. So if you wanted to pick this one up and add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $13 or your original equivalent, available now from Orbix Direct. In another airport release, this time from the team over at Field there, Simulations. So this week, the release of their rendition of Frankfurt International Airport. So this one is the airport as it appears at the end of 2021. With all airport buildings modelled, including the Rhine-Main airbase side of the airport. So it is a dual-use military and civilian airport. As said, all airport buildings modelled, accurate taxiway layouts have been included, as well as the update custom ground poly, custom ground texturing used throughout, with high-definition graphics, yada, yada, yada. Also, the team over at Field there have made extensive use of the Parallax internal modelling. So instead of having to do 3D modeling of all airport buildings, they use expensive use of the Parallax technology on most terminal windows. However, the main Terminal 1 has been given a full detailed interior 3D model, and all PBR texturing has been used throughout the release. And if you want to add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $12 or your original equivalent, available now from Field there Simulations. And another airport release, this time for Microsoft Flight Simulator from the team over at Xometry Design. So this week, the release of Eagle County Regional Airport, also apparently known as Eagle Vale Regional Airport in Colorado, one of my favorite states in the US. So this airport release comes to us with all airport buildings modelled and taxiway and runway layout as it appears at 2021, with custom ground textures used throughout the airport aprons and taxiways and runways to give an impression of realistic wear, tar, cracks and stains throughout. Users' custom jetways are used throughout, along with support for custom aerial imagery for the airport and surrounding area, with a custom terrain mesh to give you a full undulation experience of the runways and the taxiways. And if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $15 or your original equivalent, available now from AnyBuilds. Moving from there, moving into the land of the long white cloud now, the team over at NZA Simulations this week saw the release there of their release of, wow, getting tongue-tied here, of the Mount Cook region of the South Island of New Zealand. So this forms part of their Pro Line experience and gives a custom highly detailed two airports, along with a number of improvements to the whole surrounding area. So you get, as I said, the two airports that you get are Mount Cook Airport and Glen Tanner Aerodrome. So Mount Cook being a regional hub, while Glen Tanner Aerodrome is more of a GA airport servicing sort of tourist flights and observational flights near the bright turquoise Lake Pukaki. Both of these operations support but not only fixed wing but also rotary winged options, and now to support that as well, you've also got a number of different landmarks and POIs used throughout the Mount Cook region. Including 8 detailed mountain huts with a variety of landing areas for ski-equipped aircraft. You also get the Hermitage Hotel, surrounding lodges, and various other custom modelled scenery objects are supported as well. It is designed to be compatible with Orbix's New Zealand Mesh add-on, so to minimise any compatibility issues, as well as giving us detailed renditions of all airport buildings at both airports. And if you want to add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $20 or your original equivalent, available from New Zealand's NZA Simulations. Next on the release for airports for Microsoft Flight Simulator from the team over at Vertical Sim. So this week, the release of their rendition of Omaha-Eppley Airfield for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this one gives a number of challenging approaches, and challenging and unique approaches, including one directly down the down the Missouri River, and it makes it apparently one of the most enjoyable Midwest airports, according to the promo material. Includes 2022 layout as it appears currently. All airport buildings are modelled with HD texturing, PBR, yada yada yada, all included. Includes a number of landmarks outside the airport surrounds, including Armitage Park, Bob Carey Pedestrian Bridge, and the Omaha Correction Centre. That's an interesting one to flag as a landmark. Anyway, as I said, includes custom AI routing, vehicle pathing, and ATC network with custom taxiway signage, hold lights, guard lights, and high-speed centre lines. And if you want to add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $22 or your original equivalent, available now from Vertical Simulations. And another airport release now, this time from the team over at Builds. So this week, the release of their rendition of Buffalo Niagara Airport. So this is considered to be one of the oldest American public airports, opening in 1926. And this gives a highly detailed rendition of the airport with up-to-date layout as it appears in 2021, with all airport buildings modelled, a number of hand-placed and custom material, custom objects, both airside and landside, to increase your immersion, with full recreation of all taxiways, ground markings, signposts, vegetation, and parking barriers. The main airport terminal also has featured a custom interior with custom lighting objects as well, with a full support for a custom terrain mesh to get the undulations of the runways and taxiways, and a fully animated primary radar at the airports. And if you wanted to add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $19 or your original equivalent, available now from Builds. Sticking with flight simulation, but moving into flight simulation of a different style now, we return back to the Danger Zone this week with the release of the latest DLC for Ace Combat 7 with the release of their Top Gun Maverick Aircraft Set. So this release includes 6 new aircraft for the sim. Includes 2 versions of the F-14A Tomcat. Includes the FA-18E Super Hornet. Previously, the the 2-seat F was in the sim. This now adds in the single-seat E. It also adds in the Dark Star hypersonic aircraft and a interestingly enough, it calls it a very generic title of 5th Gen Fighter. So not having seen the movie yet, I'm assuming this is sort of like your opt for the movie. And again, it probably also harks back to what we talked about when we were talking about the MSFS release. I think people might be underestimating the fact that a lot of the content that gets released under the brand name of Top Gun Maverick is going to have a lot of licensing restrictions placed on it about what can and can't be done. You know, for example, not being able to have Maverick as your pilot in free flight. That kind of stuff you're going to find that's going to be restricted by the licensing agreements that they have with Paramount Pictures and potentially the US Navy, and not necessarily at the control of the developers and the publishers. But anyway, I digress. So as I said, you get a number of new aircraft included with this one, along with a number of new collaboration emblems and decals for your aircraft, including the iconic logos out of both the original Top Gun movie and out of the new one, along with call signs for all the major characters of the latest movie. And if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $20 or your original equivalent, available now at your favorite platform store. Moving away from flight simulation now, moving into the world of the permanent way, Train Simulator Classic this week released their latest rolling stock pack with the release of their NZ stock wagon pack. So this is interesting one there, and I had to do a double check to make sure whether the NZ meant New Zealand or not, but apparently it does. And this gives 4 new different types of rolling stock, as well as different livestock to haul it within, along with full detailed textures and highly detailed models of each one. Along with that, you also get 4 included scenarios to support and to be able to take your new rolling stock out onto the line. However, to use the scenarios, you do need to have the Midland Line Atkins to Springfield route available in your sim. And if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $10 or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. And finally, rounding out the NovaWrap for this week, we saw the release of a new driving title this week with the release into early access of the OverDrift Festival. It comes to us from new publisher OverDrift Crew, I'm guessing created purely to create this one. So this, in some ways, just looking at some of the trailer videos for this one, very much has a Need for Speed Underground kind of vibe for me. / maybe that film franchise that has way too many movies now. And it goes through by aiming to create an accurate accurate physics representation of actually driving such skillful manners throughout a variety of weather conditions and time of days. The physics engine apparently does take all of that into consideration, both air and asphalt temperatures affecting performance of the vehicle, as well as the performance of the tires going through it. Now, it comes through with a real-time open world multiplayer option with over 30 square kilometers of area with 120 kilometers of roads available to you, with a photorealistic terrain engine powered by Unreal. You get 40 cars in your collection. However, they take great pains to point out that the similarities between any cars featured in the game and anything that might exist in real life are purely circumstantial, and it is not to be confused with a real vehicle, which means somebody couldn't pay for the license. Anyway, but either way, looking kind of cool if it's into your thing. There are various editions available at launch, including the base edition, as well as going up all the way up to the deluxe edition, as it has 4 pieces of day 1 DLC of various premium cars to purchase. But the base edition comes in for $30 or original equivalent, available now on Steam. And with that, folks, that now rounds out the NovaWrap, not only for this week, but for the next extended period. So I will be I'll be traveling and away on business for an extended period of time. I don't have an exact return date yet, so I will be gone for a while. So this is the last time that you're actually going to get to you're going to hear me read out the news to you for the week. So enjoy your time off without me. So thanks very much for your support so far this year. It's always been great to see your comments and your support over here on YouTube, as well as continuing support over on Twitch as well. So, folks, with that, as I said, I am going to be signing off for a extended period of time. I'm hoping to be back sometime in July, but I cannot guarantee it at this time. But look for the notifications. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified when my videos start coming live again. Otherwise, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, keep the blue side up, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.